Hello everyone, welcome to Structural Insights. Today we will see what is the difference between the site classification in the old code and the new code. As all of us are aware that the seismic code has been revised in 2025. So we'll have to use new code for the site classification. So let's quickly see the site classification difference between the two codes. Let's start. So why this soil classification is important? As we can see, these two spectra, one is for the equivalent static and the other one is for the response spectrum method. So if you want to select a spectra for your structure, you have to first of all classify the soil on which your structure is standing. Once you have classified your soil based on this code, then you will come to this diagram, and then based on your soil type, your soil type can be hard soil, your soil type can be medium soil, or your soil type can be soft soil. So based on this soil type, we select the respective spectra, and as the softness of the soil is increasing, the SA by G value is increasing in both the cases. Maximum is 2.5. Okay, it is not going beyond 2.5, but after certain time period, say this threshold, if your time period is increasing and your softness of the soil is increasing, then your SA by G requirement will be higher for the design. So this is, I think this everybody knows. Now let's see how this soil type, rock or hard soil, medium soil, and soft soils are classified in old code. That is in this code only. So let's see. It is given here 6.4.2.1. So soil type 1 is a rock or hard soil. Soil type 2 is medium or stiff soil. Soil type 3 is soft soils. Okay, so let's see. This is important. This I think we should go through once. This value. In table 4, the value of n to be used shall be the weighted average of n of soil layers from the existing ground level to 30 meter below the existing ground level. Here n is the value of individual layers that shall be corrected values. Okay, so if you want, I can just give you a brief glimpse what they are saying. Suppose if our soil layers are like this. This is the ground level. This is first layer, second layer, third layer. So if HI is the thickness of the layers, this is the thickness, say 1.0 meter, then 2.5 meter, then 3 meter. Like this you have some soil layers, and for these soil layers your n value is say 10, n value is 15, n value is 16, like this. So you have to go up to 30 meters. Total depth from top to bottom should be 30 meter. Once you have this data, now you have to use this data and you have to obtain your weighted n average. How do you get it? Summation of HI upon summation of HI upon NI. So summation of HI will always be 30 meters. Why? Because the code itself is saying that we have to go with 30 meter thickness of the soil from the below the existing ground level. Below this is existing ground level. Below this we have to go up till 30 meters. Now this is sigma HI will always be 30 meters. So this formula becomes 30 upon HI upon Ni. So for first layer H1 upon N1. H1 is 1 meter upon 10. 10 is n number for the first layer. Then similarly for the second one, 2.5 upon 15. For third it is 3 by 16 plus up to, as say last layer we had thickness of 1 meter and n value was 35. So 1 upon 35, like this. So this is if you see the units, meters upon SPTN. So n will come on the top. So your units are matched. So this is how we get the weighted n average. This is called the harmonic mean. We are taking harmonic mean of the n values. So you have to get this number. So this number can be anywhere. See, now come to this paragraph. Here, this table 4. Okay, classification of the types of soil for determining the spectrum to be used to estimate the design earthquake force. So here we have 3 types: 1, 2 and 3. So in 1 we have actually mostly rock or hard soils. When you have sands, and you have rock, and some clay, some clays may be there, but they have to satisfy the minimum SPTN. So if you have, see, I'll give you a brief idea. You have your SPTN 30. 30 means 30 meter average is equal to 10. There are two cutoffs, and 30 is equal to 30 blows. So if your N value is greater than this, then your soil type is 1. If N value is less than this, 10, not equal to 10, okay, 10 is coming in soil type 2. And below this, say 9 values, 8, all these they are coming in soil type 3. So it is written also here. See, N is less than 10. It is coming in less soil type 3. N is between 10 to 30. 10 to 30, it is soil type 2. Then N is greater than 30. So N is greater than 30 is soil type 1. Okay. So this is given here. So you have to classify your, based on your N value, we are classifying our soil. So this is all about the classification as per the 2016 code. Now we'll come to the 2025 code. Here there is the straight away they are saying we have to classify the soil based on the shear wave velocity. If you see this formula, this is the same formula that we have just used for the N values. Ti is the thickness of the layer, Ti is the thickness of the layer, Vsi is the shear wave velocity of the individual layers. We'll get the harmonic mean, we'll get EVS value. But here they are not saying it for do it for the top 30 meters. Okay, instead of this they are saying go with table 5. In table 5 you will get depth of influence. So let's see what is depth of influence, and we have to obtain the shear wave velocity between the layers of depth of influence. Okay, so we'll see it in some time. Before that, let us also see what else is given in this paragraph. So if your structure, see in this code, we must know that all the buildings, all types of buildings are classified into 4 categories: normal, important, critical, and special. So from normal to special, the design requirement increases, SA by G values increases, return periods increases. For normal buildings, these correlations between Vs and N can be applied here. See, normal structures in all earthquake zones, it can be applied. For important structures, only it is applicable in zone 2 and zone 3. So can somebody tell me, in as per the new code, how many zones are there? Yes, from zone 2 to zone 6. Okay, there are 5 zones now. So from, if it is zone 2 and zone 3 and building is important, then you can apply these correlations, and if it is building is normal, then you can apply it in any zone. This is what it is written here. So what are these correlations? These are the correlations. These are to be used when we don't have any VS data for the site. Suppose in a geotechnical investigations, nobody did the cross-hole test. If nobody had done this cross-hole test, how will you get the VS values? You will not have this data. So suppose you have SPG data. So from SPG you can arrive at this VS value based on the type of the soil. For dry sand, this is the correlation. For saturated sands, this is the correlation. For clays, this is the correlation. And if you have silts or clays, silty clays and silty sands with fines contents greater than 15%. Fines, by definition, IS 1893 calls fines is equal to silts and clays. So tell me, what is the size of silts? Less than 75 micron. For clays, less than 2 micron. So if your fine content together is more than 15%, then we have to use this correlation for the clays. All right. So also, if N160 value is less than 10, in such cases, detailed field investigation shall be employed to estimate the shear wave velocity. Then we cannot use these correlations. This is the rule. So N value should not be less than 10. What does it mean? If n is less than 10, then your soil will be soft. So for soft soils you cannot use these correlations. This is what it is giving. Yeah. Now let's see, the depth of investigation shall be taken as a depth of influence. So we'll go in table 5 and we'll see the shear wave velocity VSI of the soil layer at the site of the structure shall be estimated by the geophysical investigations. In important structures in earthquake zones 4, 5 and 6. For important structures in zone 2 and 3, we can use these correlations, right? They are saying that already here. Now what they are saying is, up to the depth of influence specified in table 5 or 10 meter measured from the below of the founding level. So as per the table 5, suppose depth of influence is coming some h meters. Any number it can come. So suppose it is coming h meters. If this h value is coming less than 10 meters, so you will have to anyway do the investigation for at least 10 meter below the bottom of the foundation. This is what it is saying. If it is more than 10 meters, then you have to go as per the depth of influence. In critical structures in all the earthquake zones, up to the depth of influence specified in this or 20 meters. So if your depth of influence in case of critical structures is less than 20 meters, so you have to do at least for 20 meters. And if your depth of influence is more than 20 meters, say 40 meters, 30 meters, then you have to go as per the depth of influence. Minimum 20 meters for critical structures, minimum 10 meters for important structures, especially in zone 4, 5 and 6. And for special structures, at least 30 meters below the founding level. That is to be noted, not from the top of the soil, below the founding level. So when you are encountering bedrock or hard rock is encountered before reaching the depth of influence mentioned above. So we can stop. If suppose your depth of, say you have this foundation, all right, and then you have this foundation. Now you have this top of the soil, bottom of the foundation. From bottom of the foundation, you have to go at least up to 20, 10, 20 or 30 meter based on what? Based on your importance of your structure, important structure, critical or special structure. So you will decide, but it is minimum, okay? And if your depth of influence is more, then you have to go that far. Now this is, in addition to this, is saying if you have some, say some rock layer you found in between you, before reaching this 10, 20, 30, there is some rock layer, so you have to stop there, okay? You don't need to go up to 10, 20, 30 meters. So this is what is saying. Now let's come to this table, how this is classified as per the shear wave velocity. For site class A, site is classified not as 1, 2 or 3, okay, as it was defined in 2016 code. Now it is defined as A to E. If you want to see more references to it, you go to any HRP codes. There you will find such classifications. This is quite old classification. In 2003 of NEHRP it was there. In 2016 or 17 it was there. 2020 also this is there. So if your shear wave velocity is more than 1500, then it is site class A. If it is between 760 meters per second, between 760 meters per second, 760 to 1500, then you have site class B. 760 to 360 it is site class C, and 360 to 180 D, and less than 180 it is E. This is how it is, okay? Now let's look at the depth of the influence also. So what this is saying is, for spread footing, strip footing, 2 times B. So So if your footing is like this and your width is this, so your depth of influence will be 2b. So you must remember this, that in this code we are talking about the soil layers below the founding level. So if you have individual footing also here, what is this? Spread footing means isolated footings, strip footing. So you have footing level, below the founding level is this, and below this layer you have to go 2b down. Okay, so 2b we have to go. For mat also it is 2b. Okay, mat foundation. For pile, see, for pile, suppose is the ground level, this is the pile, so this is called as pile tip, and this is called as pile cutoff level. So below the pile tip you have, this is a length of the pile, this is the diameter of the pile. So to go up to, actually HP is the length of the pile, so to go HP plus 2 times diameter of the pile. This is the depth of influence for the pile below the pile tip. Depth, HP is the depth below natural ground of the pile tip or up to the bedrock, and HP is what? HP is the length of the pile, DP is the diameter of the pile. So HP plus 2 DP, you have to explore the ground. You have to take layers here. The VS value will be here, and you do the harmonic mean and you get the VS value. Based on your VS value, whatever value you obtain, say you get around 400 meter per second after harmonic mean, so your soil type will be C. It's like this. Similarly for well foundation, like this only. So this is how it is. Now you are come to the spectra here. However, we have site classes as A, B, C, D and E, right? For E, the code is saying you have to do response history analysis. Response spectrum is not permitted at all. Soil type E is very soft soil. So for this, response spectrum is not valid. This has to be, kept in mind. This code does not give, see, you in this spectra, this is spectral acceleration, right? So in this spectra, you will see there is no site class E. It is giving only up to D. And for site class A and B, means shear wave velocity, see site class B, if you come here, the shear wave velocity is 760 to 1500. And if it is more than 1500, it is site class A. So any shear wave velocity which is greater than 760, which is accounting for site class A and B together, you have single spectra. For site class C we have one spectra, and for site class D we have third spectra. So this soil types are 5 in this code, but spectrum is given only for the 3 different categories. In first category we have site class A and B together. For any soil which has VS greater than 760 meter per second, we use this spectra, and for site class C we use this spectra, and for site class D we use this. Similarly, other things are also given. Site is there is no spectra for site class C. We have to do response history analysis, time history analysis separately. Site specific spectra is required. So this is how the site classification is in the new code. I hope you understand the differences. Now we'll pick up the next topic in this code in the next discussion. Thank you for staying so long, and I hope you like this content. Thanks. If you like this content, your like and subscribes will encourage me to upload the next video as early as possible. Thanks.